Subscribe to Filmy Mirchi for more Bollywood updates.
Okay, Saif, I really want to ask you that, when you have a movie called Bhoot Police, in real life, who are you more scared of, Bhoot or police?
These days I'd have to say the police. If anything happens, God forbid, you're never getting out.
Hi, my name is RJ Shardul, and since it's pandemic time, you guys have to be safe or safe. I don't know how many times people have cracked that joke.
So many times that I've stopped reacting.
Yeah, but it's not mine. It's written by the team, so you can tell them. But I believe that you were shooting for this film while the pandemic was on. So how?
This pandemic's still on.
I mean, yeah, but it's not the same anymore.
No?
But, no, I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, you're meeting us finally.
Yes.
So how was the shooting during the pandemic? And you were scared, or you were like chilled about it? How difficult it is to shoot during?
I think it is difficult because you can't wear a mask, and film sets are air conditioned, and when they're in Bombay, and they're quite crowded, and there are a lot of people. So it's hard to control it. So you're always a little worried that, I mean, you don't need that extra pressure. The producer was amazing. Akshay Puri took us to Dharamsala, and, he hired a plane, and he kind of did everyone's test, and kind of tried to keep it as safe as we could. And it was nice to get out of the city and go to the north, which is such a beautiful part of the country, Dalhousie and Dharamsala. So we enjoyed it.
Okay, Saif, I really want to ask you that, when you have a movie called Bhoot Police, in real life, who are you more scared of, Bhoot or police?
These days I'd have to say the police. If anything happens, God forbid, you're never getting out.
Alright, Saif, everybody says that you're a fantastic actor. So when you have a role like Vibhuti, is it a conscious choice that I'm going to have fun, or do you have equal amount of fun playing like say a Langra Tyagi and then a Vibhuti?
I think they're quite little bit close to each other actually, in the sense that it's the accent and it's a little far out look. And you can it's great fun because you can go somewhere, with the way he looks and the way he's kind of talking, and the accent gets to be quite expressive, etc.
Yeah.
And it's an irreverent character, and the director, who's somebody I'm very fond of, and because of the way he writes and presents, he's a little grey, not necessarily a very good guy.
Yeah.
And he's doing slightly naughty, slash almost bad things, which made it kind of real for me and fun.
Or GST uncle?
I really enjoyed because you can get into it.
Yeah.
And you start looking like someone else, and I hope that people like that.
No, but honestly, every time I've seen your performances, I've noticed one thing, that you always become the character rather than, a lot of people just being the star and portraying.
I'm lucky. I love this profession. I'm falling more and more in love with it every day. And maybe it's also because of the kind of parts one's getting or how things are now. But there comes a time in the movie, and where even when I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, I think now I've lost myself, and it's become that guy.
Yeah.
And that's a great, really nice moment, and you don't get there all the time.
Yeah.
But the times that it happens, like in Sacred Games, it happened. I was like, just looking at this Sardar, and I'm like, that's just not me anymore. Or even parts of Tanaji.
Lal Kaptan also.
Yeah, Lal Kaptan had a lot of but yes, and there are times when it is you, and you're like, okay, this is still me. Maybe the audience can't tell, hopefully, but you can tell. But there comes a time, I think that's how you mark out the character now, where you say, okay. And if you get the chance to kind of disappear into somebody else, great.
Since now films have started releasing in theatres, do you wish that, probably Bhoot Police could have
I'm so upset, and I think we have to be less emotional about our work. And I try to be quite like zen about it, in the sense that you don't have any expectations from anything. And people ask you, what is your dream role and what do you want to do? And if you want things too much, you just get hurt, So I kind of don't know what I want, and I kind of keep it like that. But one thing I was really upset about was this film releasing on OTT, because it's a kind of film that's made for the theatres. We shot it for the theatres, and there's someone who helps me read scripts sometimes, and this lady said that this is one of the best scripts you've ever had in the last God knows how many years. We kind of fought for this role, and the director and I have really worked to get this film to where it is. So it's kind of like my baby in a way. Very upset about that, because it was meant to be watched by a lot of people in a theatre, because a little bit of a fright and a little bit of a laugh is a communal experience.
Exactly.
मेरे स्टेट में किचकंडी है।
कौन सी कंडी?
So I'm upset, but I know that it's quality, so I think people will enjoy it at home also.
On social media, every day, everybody is just talking about your babies. And you're not there on social media.
Yeah, I don't know what to say really about that. I think babies should have normal lives, and I think the less attention they get, the better. I would hate to, have a baby of mine or a child of mine affected
Yep.
by that kind of attention. So you try and bring up your kids normally, whatever that means. I would prefer it if, they were just left alone, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, people have given love and kindness, so I respect that also, and it's nice of them.
Yeah. So now we're going to do a horror rapid fire. All right.
Okay.
So during your school, college days, have you ever had a night out at a haunted place? Please tell us about that experience.
Yeah, definitely. I went to school in England, and it's full of graveyards and
Yeah.
churches. So we would go and sneak into, and then somebody told me that if you go up to the top bathroom of the college house, which is quite scary at night, and if you light a candle and look in the mirror and say the name Ruth, which is a book
Yeah.
from the Bible, she'll appear in the mirror and all that. And then in Sanar, where I went to boarding school, there's supposed to be a headless ghost, or a headless horseman, not a horseman, a headless ghost. And we've always grown up in this kind of thing.
Did
But
you ever do that? Like call out
we'd
for
go looking, and no, I didn't call out for it. I went into the loo and I said, forget it, and I came back down. Because atmosphere can be scary, even though I don't know if I believe. But, and a graveyard, I think when we shot Tara Rampam in North Carolina, we were staying in a Days Inn motel opposite a graveyard. And it was a beautiful graveyard, amazingly massive. And at 5 in the evening, I went for a run, and I thought I'd jog through it because it's pretty. But in the sun went down, it got really scary, and I kind of came back. So, yeah.
I can imagine how scary it can be. All right, school, college में कौन से teacher से आप literally डरते थे?
A history teacher and the maths teacher used to scare, combination of not understanding the subject and scary personalities. And I had a religious studies teacher who used to beat my hand with a ruler also.
Oh yeah, I've had that in school.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I don't know why they do that.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad now
there should be like a Me Too on teaching violence.
I hope so, and I think I will join the movement
call
with
him.
you. Yeah, because I've had a very disturbed childhood because of that. All right, so the
That
next.
sounds like a joke, but I know it's not.
No, it is
Yeah.
actually one of the
Yeah,
most
it's
terrible
unnecessary.
things you can
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
All right, what is the most horrific thing you have done in your school or college days?
Like scared people.
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, tried to spook people. I don't know, it wasn't school, college, I can't remember, but in Omkara, Ajay Devgan had an idea that if you make one man sit on another guy's shoulders, then they become a very tall person.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you cover them in a blanket. And it's a horrific sight in the night if you're just taking a walk and there's a 9-foot guy who says, or something. I think we tried that.
All right, what's the most, sorry, if you had to date a ghost,
Yeah.
I don't know why would he want to do that, but if you had to, where would you take her?
I think she'd be taking me. I love reading ghost stories. I've become a small expert. Japanese have this big thing about beautiful female ghosts who kind of take you to the lake and then maybe drown, I don't know. Scary things. Like basically the, bottom line is be careful of pretty girls who are being extra nice to you. Why are they being so nice? There's a catch. But yeah, even the churel my grandmother told me about when I was little.
Oh yeah, those stories.
Basically tempting with pretty faces.
Yeah.
There's a price. So I don't know. Where would I take them?
They would take you.
I guess,
All
watch
right.
the feet.
He definitely is into the horror genre. That much I can say.
I love reading, but at night I'll read a little story before going to sleep.
And that's you always
Yeah,
prefer
like
horror.
Chinese ghost stories I'm reading right now. They're also quite fab.
All right.
Yeah.
If Saif Ali Khan was a ghost, he would haunt.
I would find some people. There's definitely a builder who's upset me,
Huh.
who I will haunt.
All right. If you're watching,
Yeah,
I don't know what you've done, but like,
Yeah.
all right.
It's what he hasn't done. He still hasn't done it, as usual. But
Do you want to name him? Then
no,
you-
that would be so bad. Next time. See, I'm too nice, even
Yeah.
though he's not.
All right. And second person, like the second person you'd like to
Must be
scare.
some film person, maybe some professional animosity somewhere. I'm trying to make a list. I'm sure I'm 50. I can make a list of people
You're
I'd like to
50?
haunt. Yeah, 51. Actually,
Yeah,
it's okay.
All right, so post the interview, I would want him to give me his diet or his nutritionist. But tell me something that, are there any more, due checks remaining? So probably you can haunt them as well.
That's what, no? Either somebody, whatever.
Send Bhoot and Police both to them.
Yes.
Alright. Okay, do you believe in ghosts? We've already asked, and he does believe in ghosts.
I don't know. I mean, maybe there could be something. Definitely, who knows? Afterlife is such a big mystery. There could be something. That's why these films work, because nobody's sure. Could be. Whether they look like this, I don't know. But yeah, I think that, I don't know.
All right. So I think I've had a fantastic time actually meeting him in the person for the first time after doing this for years. And I said at the end of the interview, I will say what I wanted to say. I genuinely mean this from the bottom of my heart, that when I wanted to become an actor and I was, I debuted on television, I was given your DVD. I am saying this on camera, on record today. I saw him, acting in Omkar, and I was like, I can't do this shit, bro. I can't do this shit. You're fantastic.
Thank
I
you,
just
so
have
kind.
one request.
Ji.
Can we see more of you on screen?
Well, I'm doing quite a lot of work, you know. I don't think I can do more. My wife says I'm behaving like a 90s actor, whatever that means. She said you're doing too much work. But I am doing quite a lot. So you will.
Thank you so much. Thank
My
you so
pleasure.
much.